Are you healing from trauma and finding yourself stuck in self-judgment? Do you feel like maybe you should be further along on your healing journey? But what if healing isn't about being perfect? What if compassion and kindness to ourselves made healing easier? We all carry a form of trauma, but treating ourselves with compassion and love is the key in our healing journey. Hey guys, I'm Diego Goulart and welcome to my channel. I talk about topics that empower gay, bi, and queer men. Topics such as dealing with limiting beliefs, personal growth, feeling more confident, and healing from past trauma. So if this resonates with you, please hit subscribe and make sure to follow along for future videos. In today's video, I want to talk about what self-compassion is, why it's essential in our healing journey, and how you can start practicing it today. I know that healing is different for everyone. Perhaps you are dealing with facing past traumas, like I mentioned before, or you're healing an addiction, or you have a challenging health situation that is demanding you a lot of effort and resilience. Or maybe something more simple. Maybe you're dealing with having more self-esteem and learning to love yourself more. So regardless of the level and the degree of trauma you're dealing with, I believe that self-compassion is the key in the process. It can be tempting to feel that we should be over it by now, that we should be further along on healing an addiction, for example. But this pressure can have a negative effect on us. It can slow us down, leads to frustration, anger, and sometimes even more emotional pain because we're trying to go too fast and not giving ourselves time to heal. In my own healing journey, I found myself trying to face different traumas and trying to heal different things at the same time. And I've discovered there's a fine line of healing trauma and pushing yourself way too hard. And trauma healing takes time. It demands a lot of patience on ourselves and treating ourselves with kindness. So I'm learning that that's essential in our healing journey, and that's what I want to talk about today. So first I want to talk about a few of the challenges in healing and healing from trauma. We might try to want to fix everything at once. There's a problem in trying to go too fast and start like criticizing ourselves in the process, that we should be further along, that this issue or this problem should be healed by now. And this only leads to more problems in addition to the situation that we're trying to heal. We could go into cycles of self-punishment or self-rejection, or like saying bad things to ourselves, like, oh, I will never be able to get over this problem, or other people can do it and I can't. And this is only because we're not being patient enough and we're not treating ourselves with the self-compassion that we need. We carry a lot of trauma in our system. A lot of it is unconscious. And I believe that part of our journey in this lifetime is to, on our own journey and at different stages in our lives, heal those traumas within us that would make our relationships better, that would align our careers with something that is more meaningful to us, and in general just to be more real in how we go about our lives. But patience is essential in the process, as trauma comes in stages. So in my own healing journey, I've gone through so many changes in the last 1-2 years, and I was trying to rush and like skip stages, I don't want to be living here anymore, I want to be like there. And And there is a timing for everything, and we're always learning and healing at the same time. So part of our healing journey is also like learning perhaps to behave differently or to engage in relationships in a different way, or also to let go of behaviors and values that is not resonating with us anymore. So these takes time, and sometimes we don't want to be in a certain stage that is very painful for us to look at. It's very painful to feel the emotions that we didn't feel before, to feel the grief, to feel the physical pain in our bodies, to end the relationship that you don't want to carry in your life moving forward. And all of it takes time and self-compassion, which is what I want to talk about today. So what exactly is self-compassion? I have just a couple of definitions, but I will explain in my own words as well. So the definition number one is self-compassion is defined as a self-attitude that involves treating oneself with warmth and understanding in difficult times, and recognizing that making mistakes is part of being human. And definition number two, self-compassion involves being kind to oneself when confronting personal inadequacies or situational difficulties, framing the imperfection of life in terms of common humanity, and being mindful of negative emotions so that one neither suppresses or ruminates on them. So my own definition in self-compassion is treating ourselves with the same kindness and respect that we treat other people. Perhaps think on one person that you really love, maybe it's a family member or a close friend or your partner. How do you treat them? I believe you have patience for them. I believe that you treat them with kindness, understanding that they need. So my definition of self-compassion is treating ourselves in the same way. We tend to be very judgmental about our own behavior, and we tend to be more patient with other people. In my opinion, it creates a space for growth and allow our healing to take place in the right time. And also, healing is not just emotional, it's also physical, mental, and spiritual. So I believe that we should nourish all of those areas in our lives so that we have a proper healing taking place. So how do we practice self-compassion? So I'm gonna share a few things that I've been practicing and implementing in my life that has been very beneficial for me. So I hope it will also help in whatever you're dealing with in your life right now. So the first thing is to nourish your body. I've been seeing a nutritionist. I've changed a lot of my eating habits. I'm eating more live foods, like fruits and vegetables and legumes. And it's important to nourish your body with like healthy minerals and vitamins and nutrients that will fuel our body. Something that is very tempting, depending on where you are, is to go for ready meals and processed foods all the time. So my advice is to stay away from those as much as you can. I know we all have busy lives, and sometimes we don't have time to cook properly. We don't have time to cook, all the meals, but maybe perhaps you can also start thinking about meal prep on the weekend. And I guarantee that will help you in the process. And also having an exercise routine. See what works for you. Perhaps it's working out in the gym, but maybe it's just going for a walk, like 30 minutes every day. or yoga or some more like gentle exercises. There's a lot of materials online as well. You don't always have to pay for something. And I've been also improving my exercise routine at the gym, and I always feel great afterwards. Even if I'm sluggish in the morning, I don't have much energy, but I push myself. Even if I can complete my training, just the fact of completing a task and completing an achievement, it will give us a sense of fulfillment, and I guarantee you'll feel better afterwards. We are never we're never gonna feel worse after an exercise. We're always feel better, even if it's just a little bit better. So see what works for you, and I'm sure that will give you a boost as well in your motivation. Something that's also very important is to build yourself a support system. It's important to surround ourselves with people that care about us and that want our best interests at heart. And also, it is important in the same way to let go and disconnect the relationships with people that don't want us to feel better because maybe they are gaining something in return. So pay attention to our relationships. Another idea is to join online groups, support groups. I've done a few online programs in the past year or so that also helped me to connect with people in the same healing journey as me. And also my goal with this channel is to also support other gay men like me in the process as well. So one final advice that I want to share today is setting healthy boundaries with our own goals and expectations. It's tempting to have grand goals. Sometimes I have to take smaller steps leading to a bigger goal in the long term. If we set our bar very high and we are not going as fast as we hoped for, that can lead to frustration, anger, disappointment in our own process. And in my opinion, it can only create more suffering. So it's not necessary to carry this additional burden. So treat yourself with kindness and believe that sometimes it's okay to have a slow progress, or it's okay to have some setbacks. I I've been healing some health issues in my own journey, like gut related issues and digestive issues. And for quite a while I was feeling that I was having one step forward and two steps back, one step forward and two steps back. I would eat certain foods that would trigger fatigue and bad digestion, and it was very frustrating. And now I feel that I'm kind of in the process of like having small steps towards a direction that is more healing for me, in this case in my own body. So it is very frustrating. It can be very frustrating. It can be disappointing, but self-compassion, as I mentioned so many times today, is also as important as the healing itself. So we don't add extra burden and heaviness. So perhaps you're having a bad day and you can just say it's okay, today you didn't progress, and I'm gonna rest and I'm gonna try tomorrow, and tomorrow is a new day. So a few closing thoughts for today. Remember that healing is a journey. It's important to have patience with ourselves. Treat ourselves with kindness in the same way that we would to a person that we love. And you don't need to be perfect to heal. You can do even small increments at a time will make a big difference later on. And I also believe it's important to celebrate the wins, big or small. So if you feel that you made some small steps towards a better version of yourself, and celebrate it. Celebrate it with yourself. You don't even need to share with anyone if you don't want to. Just celebrate it, and be happy with your own progress. So that's all for today. I hope this inspired you or gave you some ideas and supports you in your healing journey, in whatever you are dealing with in your life right now. And I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.